Do you have more confidence in the Bucks or the Heat as far as the East is concerned?
Well, I have to say thank you, Charlie and Stephen A, for having me on, because you national media guys have not been giving the Heat the credit that they deserve. So I'm on today representing the 305 and clapping back and reminding people, hello, the Miami Heat were in the finals just 2 years ago, and they are a better team today. So let's start with why I give them the edge. Because of coaching. That's right. It's all about coaching and culture here in Miami. The Heat have two coaches that were just named to the top 15 NBA coaches of all time. We're talking about Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra. That's what they have in this organization. Oh, and Spo will be coaching the NBA All-Star, representing the Eastern Conference. Why? Because the Miami Heat are the #1 seed. And FYI, Eric Spoelstra has led this Miami Heat organization to the finals 5 times in the last 11 years. Who does that? Plus, they have a coach in the locker room. That's why Udonis Haslem is there. He keeps the culture intact. And then they have another coach they signed as a free agent who's a coach on the court and has championship experience, and Kyle Lowry. All right. That's what gives them the advantage. And since Kyle Lowry's come back, I mean, they're playing better defense. They're 3rd in the NBA in causing turnovers. They're 7th in the NBA with points scored off turnovers. The defense is what you're going to need to be able to beat Milwaukee. And don't forget the fact that they took PJ Tucker from Milwaukee to play for the Heat. And that's the way you can hurt Milwaukee, right? If you want to hurt Milwaukee, put PJ Bam on him, and the Heat have done a better job than any other team. And let's not forget, I want to mention this because people tend to forget this. In the finals against the Lakers, if Dragic and Bam do not get hurt in the first game of the finals, that series goes 7, and even the Heat could possibly could have beaten the Lakers. And that's why I say now that this team is better, and they are the beast in the East.
I respectfully disagree.
Okay, I thought you would.
I'm praying you're right.
Yeah, okay.
Because you know where I want to be.
Don't
you start. Don't you start.
You want to be here. You want to be on South Beach,
I'm saying it. I mean, if I can be back in South Beach in June.
That's right.
That's when I love.
Right here.
It was at that time that I loved LeBron James and D Wade.
Right.
I tolerated D Wade's wardrobe and suits.
Hey, don't talk about D Wade's suits.
LeBron James,
Leave him alone.
Chris Bosh, you know what I'm saying? And my brother.
Right.
I mean, I love them all, but then I haven't been the same with LeBron since he took me back
But
to
Stephen
Lakers.
we can't wait to have you and the crew down here at the Clevelander on South Beach. You want to be here, and go ahead and say, you know, Miami looks good.
Miami looks good.
Thank you.
And Bam Adebayo, he's 18-10. Tyler Hero's an all-star. This brother's special right now. He's doing his thing. Duncan Robinson, I'm surprised he's only shooting 36% from three-point range. I expected better from him, but I think he'll get it going. And my brother, Jimmy Butler, you know I believe in that Rough Rider, okay? And the culture and everything that you say is right. What does Milwaukee have? They ain't just some rat pack bunch that they put together. They got a culture. They've got, as you pointed out, the dominant presence of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Drew Holiday is shooting, what, 50% from the field, nearly 40% from three-point range. Chris Middleton, Mr. Mid-Range Game himself, is no joke. Brook Lopez is going to be back. And I'll tell you this, you know the thing that the person that never gets mentioned, and I'm guilty of this, but I want to take this moment to give him some mad love. This kid, Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis can play. Bobby Portis can play. Ain't scared of anything. Can hit threes. Can hit J's. Can get into the interior and finish at the basket. Can help on the defensive side of the ball. Milwaukee did sweep Miami last year. I know it's not the same team. They're coming back. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Miami can't beat them, but Milwaukee can beat them now. I mean, it's a tight race. I think it's appropriate that both of them, and good for basketball, that both of them are atop the Eastern Conference right now, because it's not just about their record. It's not just about their talent. What you highlight and what you never fail to appreciate, culture. They both have culture. And Budenholzer, who was on the hot seat, he better had got past Brooklyn last year, or he wouldn't have this job. But once he got past Brooklyn, he deserved a contract extension. He's a champion, and we all know the man can coach. So I got it. I don't see anything Miami has that they're particularly lacking in Milwaukee as the reigning defending champion.
Okay, but can you put the standings up, please? I want everybody to see the standings for a second. Let's take a look. That's how it's going to look at the end of the season. And yes, the champs swept Miami last year, but let's be real. Last year, the Lakers and the Heat, they played well into the summer. They had the quickest turnaround, a short break, and by the time they went through the whole season and the playoffs, the Miami Heat were burnt out after the bubble. So secondly, let's talk about this season. Miami Heat are 2-1 against Milwaukee. And in one of those games, they beat them 137-95. All right. Now, as far as Duncan Robinson is concerned, yes. He's not shooting as well. But I think that's because of the inconsistent lineups he has to play with throughout the entire season. Now, Duncan is shooting about 36% from three. But that's due to Bam Adebayo missing 22 games, Jimmy Butler missing 15 games, Kyle Lowry missing another 9 to 10 games. I mean, the big three have only played together about 16 games. And in fact, they don't have a big three. They got a big four because you got to include Tyler Hero, who's guaranteed to win Sixth Man of the Year. He's averaging 20 points a game off the bench. He's missed 10 games, and the Heat is 7-3 in those games. And still, with all of that, they sit atop the Eastern Conference. And in fact, since Kyle Lowry's return after missing 9 games due to personal reasons, they have blown out the competition. All right. And each of the games, I think 2 of the games, they had 25 plus leads. And in one game against Washington, they were up by 35. The biggest problem for the Heat are trying to find efficient ways to hold on to leads. Okay, that's one of their problems. How to hold on to the. Oh, I almost forgot. And if he comes back, no one's talking about the healthy player that's on their bench. If he comes back, plays like we know he can play, it's a problem. We're talking about Victor Oladipo. All right, the Heat are better than the bubble team. They're bigger, they're better, they're deeper, and they're more confident. And if they get home court advantage and the number 1 seed throughout the playoffs in the Eastern Conference, where they got 27 games left, 17 on South Beach, Stephen A., you have to say the Miami Heat are the best team in the East. And with their defense and PJ Tucker, they'll be able to control Giannis.
I will tell you, Giannis is a dominant presence. Bobby Portis 48% from the field,
Okay.
42.7% from three-point range. That brother needs to get some love. He's going to be a difference maker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say, Stephen A., because the 2 teams play again on March 2nd, which is a Wednesday. So I was going to say, take Countdown on the road.
Is it in Miami?
Sadly.
Is it in
It's in Milwaukee.
Is it in Miami?
Yeah, you want to be here, Stephen A. You want to be right here on South Beach.
Yeah.